students. Today I am Yamini Kantpal from Arjun Progressive School. Students, in my today's video, I'll explain you chapter 2, The Sound of Music, written by Deborah Cowley. This story is based on an interview taken by Deborah Cowley. And this chapter is divided into two parts. The first part is Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. So the title, if we'll talk about the title, this title is very interesting. How it is very interesting? Because in the title itself says that Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. You might be wondering, might be surprising, that how can anybody listens if he and she can't hear? So we'll find out in the story that how Evelyn listened to sound although she couldn't hear. Student, the theme of the story is motivational. It is a very motivational story which inspires all of us that we should overcome from our physical disabilities and we should work hard to achieve our goals and dreams in our lives. The same way Evelyn did in her life. She was a famous percussionist. And secondly, we should never give up in our life. Although there are many obstacles in everybody's life. Why these obstacles comes in our life? So that to tell us that there is a lot of potential in us. There is a lot of potential in us and we can achieve any goal by working hard. So let's start the explanation of the chapter. I'll explain you the chapter line by line. We'll discuss the word meaning. Let's proceed the chapter.
Rush hour crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. The scene is of the train platform. It is underground and there is a huge rush at the platform. People are pushing each other to get away. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years. So there was a girl, she was slight. Slight means small and thin. And she was looking younger than her age. As she was 17 years, but she was looking younger than her age. Was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibration of the approaching train. And she was nervous but excited. As she felt the vibration of the approaching train, she felt nervous and excited. Why was she nervous? Because she was first time going to London. And why was she excited? She was excited because it was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London. Because the first time she was going to London, as she got the admission at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London. And daunting enough. And she was frightening as well. For any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm, as she belonged to Scotland, she was living in the countryside of the Scotland, and this was the first time she was leaving Scotland and going to London. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. Evelyn could not hear, and this was a bigger challenge for her. Moving from a rural area to a fast life was a smaller challenge. Evelyn faced a much bigger challenge, that was her inability to hear. Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. So slowly, Evelyn Glennie was losing the power of hearing. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. So her mother, Isabel Glennie, remembered that once something was wrong when she was 8-year-old and she was waiting to play piano. They called her name, she didn't move. And when her turn come, they called her name but she didn't respond. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard. Then her mother realized that Evelyn couldn't hear, says Isabel Glennie. Isabel Glennie was her mother. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. For some time, Although, as Evelyn lost her sense of hearing in phases, in the beginning she could hear partially, she managed to hide this disability from her friends and teachers. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated, and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. So, as when Evelyn was 11 years old, her marks has started deteriorating, and her headmistress requested her parents to take Evelyn to the doctor. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. When doctor examined her, they found that Evelyn had lost the sense of hearing due to gradual nerve damage. They were advised that she could be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for the deaf. And the doctor advised Evelyn parents that they should get hearing aids for her. Hearing aids means it is a kind of equipment that is fitted into ear and it helps a person to hear to some extent. He also suggested that Evelyn should be sent to a school for deaf children. Everything suddenly looked black, says Alvin. When Evelyn found that she could not hear and that she would be sent to a school for deaf children, her world became colorless. It turned black. But Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. Although Evelyn got such a shocking news, still she was determined and she did not want to give up. And she was passionate about music and the news didn't break her. She was determined to live life like a normal people and follow her interest in music. One day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. So one day she saw a girl who was playing a xylophone and she herself decided that she also wanted to play it. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist friend Forbes spotted her potential. Evelyn's teacher discouraged her because they knew that she couldn't hear and hearing was an important part of music. But Ron Forbes saw that Evelyn was very passionate about music and so he decided to do something for her. He began by tuning two large drums to different notes. Ren Forbes thought that he would teach Evelyn to feel music. He took two large drums and he tuned them to different notes. Drums are musical instruments and he tuned them. He tuned each drum to different notes so the sound produced by the drums was different. So it was distinct, both the drums made different sound. Then don't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way. Then he said to Evelyn, then don't try to listen through your ears. He said that try to sense it. Try to feel the music some other way. And suddenly she realized that she could feel the higher notes of the drum from the waist up and the lower notes of the drum from the waist down. And this is how Evelyn can listen to sound although she cannot hear. She can sense different notes in different parts of her body. Forbes repeated the exercise and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. So Forbes taught her that she should respond different sound from different parts of her body, and soon she discovered that she could sense certain notes in different part of her body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibration. So this way she could identify the sound from different parts of her body and as well as the vibration. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. And the rest was her absolute, sheer means complete determination and hard work. And this way Evelyn overcame the hurdle. She started sensing the different sounds through the different parts of her body and she progressed in her career. She never looked back. From that point onwards, she toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16. Then, afterward, her journey kept on moving and she never turned back. She traveled to the United Kingdom with the youth orchestra. Youth means young, orchestra means a group of musicians. So she traveled to United Kingdom with the young orchestra, and by the time she was 16. At that time her age was 16 years old. She had decided to make music her life, and she decided that she would music as her life. She auditioned. Auditions means a short performance so that the director could decide whether she was good enough. So she auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. So when she auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music, and there she got the highest marks, and which was the history of the Academy. She gradually moved from the orchestral work to solo performance, and later on slowly she moved. Initially she was working with orchestra, then later on she decided, when she became confident, from the group work to the solo performance. She started giving the solo performance. At the end of the 3 years course, she had captured most of the top awards. So at the end of her course in Royal Academy of Music, she had captured means got, she had got most of the top awards. And for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If anyone said that Evelyn had done something great, she never acknowledged that. She was very humble and down to earth. If you work hard and know where you are going, you'll get there. Evelyn says that the two things are very important for success. Firstly, the hard work, and second, the aim. If you know where you have to go, means if you know your aim and for that you did the hard work, definitely you'll achieve your goal. And she got right to the top. So Evenly also achieved her goal. She worked hard. She had an aim to become the topmost famous musician of the world, and she did that. The world's most sought after multi-percussionist with the mastery of some thousand instruments and hectic international schedule. She was a popular in demand. Sought after means she was very demanded. Multi-percussionist with the mastery of some thousand instruments, and she had the knowledge of thousand of instruments, and she had a hectic international schedule because she had to programs and concert all over the world. It is intriguing to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly without hearing. Intriguing means fascinating and curious. When you watch Evelyn work or performance so effortlessly, although she couldn't hear, you get very curious because Evelyn can identify the slight sound made by the instrument. In a 2-hour discussion, she never missed a word. So now here the writer Deborah Cowley took Evelyn's interview, and which lasted for 2 hours. He says that Evelyn never missed a single word that she spoke. Men with bushy beard give me trouble, she laughed. Then she says that those men who have long, huge bushy beard give her trouble. Why do they give her trouble? Because when they speak, she cannot see their lip movement as their lips are covered with bushy beard. It is not just watching the lips, it is the whole face, especially the eyes. Then further she says, she does not only see the lip movement of the person, even then she sometimes observes the face expression or the eyes expression of the speaker to find out what the person sitting in front of her is saying. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. Flawlessly means without a fault or mistake. Her speech was flawless with a Scottish tilt. Scottish lilt means the way of speaking, accent. and she had a Scottish accent. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11. Then she says that why her speech was clear because she could hear at the age of 11. She says, but that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. But she doesn't explain that how she managed to learn French and basic Japanese although she couldn't hear. As for music, she explains it pours into every part of my body. So here Evelyn explains that how does she identify music. It tingles in my skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. Then she says that it creates sensation in my skin, in her cheekbones, and even in her hair. Tingles means sensation. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. And when she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing from the stick into her fingertips. By leaning against the drums, she can feel the resonance flowing into her body. Resonance means the echo. And while playing the drums, she can feel the echo flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibration passes through her bare feet and up her legs. So, on the wooden platform, when she performs on a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that she can feel the vibration pass through her bare feet and up her legs. And this is how she can feel the sound of the musical instrument. Not surprisingly, Evelyn delighted her audiences. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society prestigious Soloist of the Year award. Now, Evelyn is delighted to hear that she gives a very good solo performance in the year 1991, where she was presented with the award that was Royal Philharmonic Society prestigious Soloist of the Year for her solo performance. Says master percussionist James Blades, God may have taken her hearing, but he was given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. So the famous percussionist James Blades says that God have taken her hearing, but in return he had given her something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels. He gave her a strong power of sensing sound, and which enabled her to become a great musician. And that's the reason that she could express music so beautifully. Evelyn confesses that she is something of a workaholic. Workaholic means a person who finds it difficult to stop working. So here Evelyn says she is very hardworking and she does not stop working. I have just got to work, often harder than classical musician. Now, to be at par with those people who can hear, who are classical musician, Evelyn works very hard. But the rewards are enormous. Enormous means big. And Evelyn said that the reward she gets for her hard works are huge and big. Apart from the regular concert, Evelyn also gives free concerts in prisons and hospitals. So apart from her regular concert in different places, she also gives charity as a free concert in prisons and hospitals. She also gives high priority to classes for young musicians, and she also gives the classes to the young musicians, those who want to learn music. Anne Richland of the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says, so Anne Richland, she says, of the Beethoven Fund, she says, she is a shining inspiration for deaf children. What she says? She says that Evelyn is a shining inspiration. Evelyn is an inspiration for deaf children. They see that there is nowhere that they cannot go. So she says that Evelyn is an inspiration for those children who cannot hear. And when they got to know Evelyn's story, they feel that they can accomplish everything, they can fulfill their dreams. Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most people twice her age. Evelyn Glennie has achieved so much in her life. Accomplished means achieve in her life that those people who are double her age have also not achieved those many things like much popularity and award as Evelyn has got. She has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. As we know, orchestra is a group of people who are playing different musical instruments and generally, and the percussion instruments like drums and xylophone are placed at the back end of the orchestra. But Evelyn performs solo, then she gives a special performance with these percussion instruments, and the percussion instruments have come in front of the orchestra. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped people who look to her and say, if she can do it, I can. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. So, Evelyn's story is an inspiration to those people who are physically disabled. They feel that if Evelyn can achieve her dreams, even they can. And Evelyn has given a lot of pleasure to her audience by playing such good music. So, student, this was the end of the chapter. I hope you understood the chapter. Thank you.